Hi, my name is Wendy Hayden and I'm with Natural Constipation Solutions, and today we're going to talk about magnesium citrate and how to use that for a laxative. So if you're looking for a home remedy that is very quick to help you get relief from constipation, magnesium citrate is an excellent choice. And it's readily available. You can find it in just about every drugstore, grocery store, and you can order it online. And the way it works is it is an osmotic laxative. So it's going to draw a lot of liquid into the stool. And so because of that, you're going to want to drink a lot while you're taking magnesium citrate. And you're going to basically take the magnesium citrate to bowel tolerance. And I have a video on what bowel tolerance is if you are looking for more information in depth that I'll link to. But the idea is that your body can only process so much magnesium, in this case, at once. And when it gets flooded with magnesium, what it ends up doing is it ends up getting rid of the extra magnesium in the stool. And that is partly how it works as a laxative. So there's a lot of different types of magnesium citrate. The one that you might be most familiar with is like this kind of a soda bottle that you can get at drugstores and grocery stores and things like that. Super cheap. This was $1. This is a Kroger brand. There's lots of different varieties of it. And an ounce of this has about 300 milligrams of magnesium citrate. And so with this type of magnesium citrate, what you want to look for, they almost all have artificial sweeteners in them. And it's really hard to find one that doesn't. This one has sucralose in it. A lot of them have saccharin in it, both of which are listed as carcinogens. And sucralose, actually, there are studies that show that it can increase the rate of IBS symptoms, Crohn's symptoms. It can cause leaky gut. So this is an okay thing to use once if you are in a situation where you really are backed up and you're in an emergency and you need to have a bowel movement ASAP. I wouldn't necessarily use this long term because of those things that I talked about. And a lot of these actually have polyethylene glycol in it, which is the active ingredient in Miralax. So if you're trying to avoid Miralax and then you get a bottle of this and it has PEG or polyethylene glycol in it, then that is the ingredient in Miralax. And I do not recommend using Miralax. My son was put on Miralax by his pediatric gastroenterologist and had horrible side effects from it. And I've worked with thousands of families that have had children or adults that have had side effects and adverse events from Miralax. And I have more information on Miralax on my channel and on my website, but you don't want to take polyethylene glycol regularly. It does kill off gut bacteria, and it's just not good for you at all. So this is okay for a short-term solution if you just are looking for something to help you quickly. If you're looking for a longer term solution, like you're going to be using this for a few days or a few weeks or maybe even a few months, this natural Calm Magnesium is an excellent choice for chronic constipation, and it works really well. And so 1-2 teaspoon serving of this has just about the same amount of magnesium as an ounce of this. This is magnesium citrate. Basically, the reason why it works so well for constipation is that it isn't really well absorbed by your body. So there's other types of magnesium, like magnesium glycinate, that is much better absorbed by your body, and it's harder to reach that bowel tolerance and expel the extra. Whereas magnesium citrate, your body really does not absorb it very well, so you can get to that bowel tolerance quickly. And magnesium citrate has been used for a long time for constipation relief. This is what was commonly used for colonoscopy prep well before Miralax or polyethylene glycol. It's also called Restoralax in other countries, before it was invented. And so it has a long history of safety for magnesium citrate. But like I said, you got to watch out for those other ingredients in some of these. So the idea with the Natural Calm is that you have to activate this. So you're going to start out with the recommended dose on the bottle, and you want to activate it with hot water. And when you activate it, it's going to bubble, and that tells you that it's activated. So if you're using this for a child, these both have decent taste comparatively to other laxatives that you might be trying to do. With this, you can mix it in with lemonade, or you can get different flavors of this. This is the lemon, but they also have raspberry lemonade, and they've got a cherry, I believe. So you can get different flavors if you're working with someone that is really picky and isn't going to take just any flavor. So once it's activated, then you're going to want to put it over ice and make it nice and cold. Or like I said, you're going to want to mix it up with something else. It's made with stevia, which is a natural plant-based sweetener. It has a slightly different taste, so some kids might have an issue with that, but you can camouflage it easily if you mix it in with a strong drink. So the way to dose with this, or with any magnesium citrate, is that you need to find out what your bowel tolerance is for it. So what you're going to start doing is you're going to take the recommended dosage you're going to try that, and you're going to see. It's often really good to do this before bed and give it a chance to work overnight. And like I said, you want to make sure you drink a lot while you're taking Calm or the magnesium citrate drink. And then you want to wait overnight if you can. If you're taking it during the day, you can do that as well, but it may take a little while until it kicks in. But if you take it overnight and you wake up in the morning and you don't have a bowel movement, what you want to do is you want to keep dosing a little bit at a time over a couple hours. So in a couple hours, when you wake up, if you haven't had a bowel movement in the first hour or two since you're awake, then you're going to go and you're going to have another dose of it. And you might not want to take the full dose because you don't want to end up having explosive diarrhea. But it depends. It's so hard to know dosing because it's going to depend. How magnesium deficient are you? How backed up are you? If it's been a week or 2 weeks since you've had a bowel movement, you may need a lot of magnesium citrate to be able to get that bowel movement soft enough that you're able to pass it. So it's hard. Everybody wants to know, well, what dose do I take? What dose do I take? And really the only thing you can do is you start out with a recommended dosage for age that's listed on here. This one is for 4 and over, and it's 2 teaspoons. And if you think that, you're going to need more, then every couple of hours you take a small amount of whatever that original one was, and you work on that to figure out where you are with the dosage. And so it may take 4 tablespoons or 4 teaspoons of this, or 5 teaspoons, until you get a bowel movement. And if that's the case, then what you know is the next time you need to dose just a little bit less than that full amount that you did before. And if you're taking magnesium regularly, what you're going to find is that it's kind of a moving target. Sometimes you're going to need less magnesium as you start to build up your magnesium stores. So one really good thing to do when you are taking magnesium citrate is to take a second type of magnesium, like a malate or a glycinate, that is more well absorbed. And over time, that's going to build up your magnesium stores. Just about everybody is magnesium deficient. And our soils are magnesium deficient, so our food is magnesium deficient. And then, we're not necessarily eating a diet that's really high in magnesium. So almost everybody's magnesium deficient. So once you get there, it's, like I said, kind of a moving target, but you increase the magnesium that you're taking, and then it'll take less of this over time to work. So magnesium citrate is really good for a few weeks, maybe even a few months if you get a high quality magnesium citrate like Natural Calm, but it's probably not the best thing long term. So there's other types of magnesium, and I will list that video above so that you can look at some alternative types of magnesium if you're going to be on this long term. But ideally, no matter what type of magnesium you take, it's kind of a band-aid on the problem. So why are you constipated in the first place? And that is such a critical question. Now, it could be something that you know what it is. You're on an opiate or something like that causes constipation and that you really can't get off of it. But often, the cause of constipation is diet, or there's low tone or hypotonia, or you've got not enough fiber in your diet, or possibly too much fiber in your diet. So I have videos for all of these things to help you to figure out why you or your child is chronically constipated and what you could do to help get off of laxatives and cure your constipation, end the constipation so that you're not struggling with this, your child's not struggling with this long term. So magnesium citrate is a great option for relief, and it's a quick home remedy that you can do safely at home as long as you don't have any serious kidney problems or heart problems. And no matter what, you might want to run this by your doctor and talk to them about it. But it's years and years and years of doctors prescribing this for constipation relief. And then start trying to think, are you tracking when you're constipated and what you're eating beforehand, or what kind of diet issues you're having, and when did the constipation start? And all those kinds of things are clues that will help you so that you can overcome your constipation permanently. So I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please click like. If you have any other suggestions for videos that you would like me to make, please put them down in the comments below. And if you subscribe and click the bell, YouTube will notify you when more videos are posted. But the videos that I'm making are going to help you to not only get immediate relief from your constipation, but also figure out why this is happening to you and what you can do to overcome it permanently. Thank you very much.